So next we're going to look at some conversions as related to volume. Some people are really scared of these, but it's not like a hectic conversion, it's not religious or anything. It follows some very simple rules, and hopefully you guys will be comfortable with it. So we've already looked at conversions earlier when we looked at length. So for example, when we were converting from meters to centimeters, we said that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Also for millimeters, there's 10 millimeters in a centimeter. We also looked at one conversion with regards to area, where we said 1 centimeter squared is the same as 100 millimeters squared. So before we continue, I just want to look at that quickly. So if we have a 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter square, then our area equals to 1 centimeter times 1 centimeter, base times height. So now if we're doing our conversions to millimeters, we have that 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters, and then this 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. So now when we calculate, it's 10 times 10, which is 100, and our unit is millimeters times millimeters, which is millimeters squared. So the area of this is 100 millimeters squared, but its area is also 1 centimeter squared. So 1 centimeter squared is the same as 100 millimeters squared. Okay, now on to volume. I want to look at the conversions from meters cubed to centimeters cubed, and I also want to introduce the concept of liters, milliliters, and kiloliters. Okay, liters are our unit measurement for volume. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a 1 meter cubed block, like this. So it's got 1 meter, dimensions 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. So what is the volume of this shape? We'll use our equation, volume equals area of lid times height. Okay, sorry it's a little bit untidy, but I think you know what I'm talking about. So we've got the area of the lid is 1 meter by 1 meter, and the height is 1 meter, so we get that it's 1 meter cubed. Okay, so how do we convert to centimeters cubed? So we use our conversion for length. We know that there are 100 centimeters in a meter. So instead of 1 meter, I'm going to write 100 centimeters for the first one, 100 centimeters for the second one, and 100 centimeters for the third one. So now we've got 100 times 100 times 100. So I just put a 1 and I count the 6 zeros. So it's 2 for the first, 2 for the second, 2 for the third, and then don't forget our unit, centimeters cubed. Okay, so what this is telling us is that 1 meter cubed is the same as 1,000,000 centimeters cubed. Okay, so there's not really anything magical going on here. It's just that they're very large numbers. So when you guys are calculating, just make sure, even if you put things on the calculator, sometimes you might type in an extra 0 or a 0 too few. So just visually do a check. See 2, 4, 6 zeros, and then check your final answer has 6 zeros as well. So I'm going to leave that piece of information up. 1 meter cubed equals 1,000,000 centimeters cubed. And now we're going to move on to the concept of a liter. So how would you describe a liter to someone? What would you define it as? We've seen liters very commonly in the world around us. We get liters of milk, liters of water, liters of petrol. And let's look at the definition of it. So 1 liter is the amount of liquid that occupies a space, which is a cube, and with dimensions 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. Okay, so that's how much space a liter of liquid would take up. So if we had a liter of milk and we poured it into this cube, it would fill the cube up exactly. So what is the volume of this cube now? Volume equals 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. So this first one is the area of lid, and this one is the height. And then we're just timesing them together. So we've got 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1,000, and our unit is centimeters cubed. So now we've got a new relationship which tells us that 1 liter is the same as 1,000 centimeters cubed. Okay, now we're going to talk about milliliters. So any ideas about what a milliliter is? Okay, once again, we've seen this type of unit quite often. You might have seen it in your mom's kitchen. If you look at her baking utensils, you'll see the teaspoon is 5 milliliters, the tablespoon 15 milliliters, a cup 250 milliliters. And what a milliliter is 1,000th of a liter. Okay, so 1,000 milliliters, if you put it together, makes up 1 liter. Why do we need such a unit? The reason is because of precision. So we need to measure certain things exactly. So particularly for baking, you need to get the exact amount of sugar and vanilla essence, etc., so that the recipe works out well. So let me write that down. We have 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. Okay, so now instead of 1 liter, I'm going to say 1,000 milliliters. And we know that 1 liter is equal to 1,000 centimeters cubed. So we've got this relationship. 1,000 milliliters occupies 1,000 centimeters cubed. Okay, so that would tell us that 1 milliliter must occupy 1 centimeter cubed. Okay, so I'm going to stop for there. I'm not really going to go into kiloliters too much. I think it would be better if we had an example to couple with it. So I'm going to call it a day for this lesson. Thanks guys. Thanks for participating on the group chat. And if you have any questions on the stuff, I know it's confusing. We're going liters, milliliters, millimeters. So please feel free to ask. I'm very happy to explain it again if you're struggling. Thanks.